Welcome to the Month in Review briefing. This briefing will highlight the weather of October 2014, as well as the temperature and precipitation outlooks for the month of November 2014. This graphic is from the High Plains Regional Climate Center and shows the departure from normal temperatures for the month of October 2014. The time period for the normals is 1981 to 2010. A value of 0 would mean that the location reported a normal average temperature for the month of October. The Pacific Northwest reported above normal temperatures, with some locations reporting 5 to 7 degrees above normal for the month. The next graphic is also from the High Plains Regional Climate Center. This shows the percent of normal precipitation for the Northwest for the month of October 2014. A value of 100% means that the location reported their average monthly total precipitation. Areas along and just east of the Cascades reported above normal precipitation totals for the month, while areas from Kirk County north and east reported below normal precipitation totals. October 2014 was a very warm month across the region. A high-pressure ridge at the beginning of the month led to some record-breaking high temperatures for not only that day, but for the entire month. Condon, Oregon reported a record high temperature of 88 degrees on October 7th. This tied the previous record set on October 7th, 1980. Mora, Oregon reported a record high temperature of 88 degrees on October 7th. This tied the previous record set on October 1st, 1991. Pendleton, Washington reported a record high temperature of 87 degrees on October 7th. This tied the previous record set on October 8, 1980. The Dallas Airport in Washington reported a record high temperature of 90 degrees on both October 6th and the 7th. This tied the previous record set on October 1st, 1988. And Yakima, Washington reported a record high temperature of 91 degrees on October 6th. This broke the previous record of 88 degrees set on October 1st, 1992. Average minimum temperatures were very warm across the region for the month of October. Several weather stations reported their warmest average October minimum temperature on record during October 2014. Bend, Oregon reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 40.1 degrees, breaking the previous record of 38.5 degrees set in 1947. Heppner, Oregon reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 45.3 degrees, breaking the previous record of 44.5 degrees set in 1988. La Grande, Oregon reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 41 degrees, breaking the previous record of 40.1 degrees set in 1975. Monument, Oregon reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 39.1 degrees, breaking the previous record of 37.7 degrees set in 1979. Mora, Oregon reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 43.1 degrees, breaking the previous record of 42.4 degrees set in 1947. Kennewick, Washington reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 49.2 degrees, breaking the previous record of 47.6 degrees set in 2003. Mount Adams Ranger Station in Washington reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 41.3 degrees, breaking the previous record of 40.7 degrees set in 1975. The Dallas Airport in Washington reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 48.3 degrees, breaking the previous record of 45.9 degrees set in 1940. Walla Walla, Washington reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 49.7 degrees, breaking the previous record of 47.3 degrees set in 1988. Whitman Mission in Washington reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 40.4 degrees, breaking the previous record of 40.3 degrees set in 1975. And Yakima, Washington reported an average monthly minimum temperature of 42.6 degrees, breaking the previous record of 40.2 degrees set in 1947. And now we will turn our attention to the forecast for November 2014. This graphic is issued by the Climate Prediction Center, or CPC, and is the temperature outlook for the month of November. The cool colors indicate a greater chance of below normal temperatures, and the warm colors represent a greater chance of above normal temperatures. The time period for the normals runs from 1981 to 2010. The Pacific Northwest is forecast to have a greater chance of above normal temperatures for the month of November. This graphic is CPC's precipitation outlook for the month of November. The green colors represent a greater chance of above normal precipitation, and the brown colors represent a greater chance of below normal precipitation. The region is forecast to have a greater chance of above normal precipitation. Please remember that these are probabilities of averages, and that the day-to-day weather will still vary for the month of November. This concludes our briefing. Please continue to visit National Weather Service web pages for the latest weather information, including watches, warnings, and advisories. Thank you for your time.